Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, like many other Dragon Ball video games, has a story for you to follow along and immerse yourself in. Whether it's the original journey of Dragon Ball or an entirely new created story. Dokkan has its own story to tell, but unfortunately it has been skipped by many people due to the length and many filler battles you need to go through. So in this series, I'm going to go through the entire story of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, so you guys don't have to. And if you haven't watched the previous episodes, make sure you check out the Dokkan Story playlist linked in my description so you can catch up on what is happening in this episode. These types of videos takes days to produce, so before we begin today's episode, if you could, leave a like on today's video and subscribe to the channel for future episodes, that would be very awesome. After your battle with Frieza, Super Saiyan Vegeta flies in. The fight with Kakarot earlier allowed him to achieve the Super Saiyan form, which can only mean that Vegeta has beaten Goku. Now Vegeta's mission is to get rid of any other pests, including us. So the battle between Trunks and Vegeta begins. As the battle continues between Trunks and Vegeta, Trunks explains to Vegeta about the distortion, trying to persuade his father to be on our side. However, Vegeta likes the idea of the distortion so that he can seek more powerful enemies to prove that he's the most powerful being in the universe over the lives of many innocent beings. That's when Trunks' resolution was to take out even his father for the good of the universe. And somehow Trunks is victorious. That's when King Kai contacts us again, warning us once again that the dimensional distortion is expanding and more greater evil will soon appear. The dimensional distortion is expanding and Trunks asks which evil one has appeared in this world. King Kai unfortunately does not have any clues at the moment, so you and Trunks continue to investigate this world. Trunks' current worries are fixated on Cell and the androids. Since both androids and Cell were created by the scientist Dr. Gero, their next destination was his lab. On your way to the lab, you stumble upon Yamcha fighting the Red Ribbon Army. Yamcha explains that the Red Ribbon Army has been infesting these areas, so you help him to take them all out. After taking out a significant amount of the army, Dr. Gero finds you. His goal is to resurrect the Red Ribbon Army and conquer the world. It seems this Gero is prior to meeting up with the Z Fighters, which is why he questions you why you know his name. Suddenly, Yamcha jumps in to fight Dr. Gero. Trunks warns Yamcha about Dr. Gero's knowledge of his techniques due to the spy bots and how he is an android. And unlike the canon event of this battle, with the help of you and Trunks, you actually stand a chance. At the climax of the battle, Dr. Gero calls in Android 19. Yamcha does a Kamehameha at 19, and to everyone's surprise, he absorbs it. And as 19 was about to counterattack us, someone jumps in and attacks 19. It's Android 17 and 18. They're here to return the favor and lend a hand for saving them during the Cell battle. Trunks, flabbergasted at the situation he has found himself in, to think that he is fighting alongside the androids. But 17 says that it's a one-time thing only, and he's only paying off a debt to us and having a little revenge on Gero for turning them into androids. After easily destroying Gero and 19, they head off in search of Goku once again in order to fight him. Chapter 10 ends with a Saiyan pod landing on Earth, and out comes the Saiyan Tora, who is confused of where he has landed. After the fight with Dr. Gero and 19, you, Trunks, and Yamcha search for Goku in hopes to find him before 17 and 18. Unfortunately, after the fight with Vegeta, you have lost his whereabouts, and the only way to find him is to sense for a Saiyan's key. On your journey, you meet Hercule once again. He tries to join in on your search, but you actually beat him up so he wouldn't. Trunks suddenly senses a Saiyan's key, and we head towards it. It's the Bardock Squad, minus Bardock. Their goal is to neutralize the Earth, so naturally, you end up fighting them to defend Earth. Shugesh mutters something quite interesting, which is that this Earth doesn't even have a moon, which is why they can't transform into Great Ape. During the battle, Trunks questions why they are here to take over Earth, and if any of this relates to selling it to Frieza. They confirm, and as the battle continues to protect Earth, an unexpected group comes along, the Ginyu Force. It appears to be the Ginyu Force without their leader Ginyu. The Bardock Squad are quite shocked at their presence, Because the Bardock Squad's goal to neutralize planet Earth aligns with the Ginyu Force's goal, they team up on you. So now you, Yamcha, and Trunks must fight them all. Trunks explains to the Force that Frieza isn't around anymore after defeating him in Chapter 8. But Berta replies that something that pathetic wouldn't have put an end to Frieza, and confirms that Lord Frieza is still alive. This confuses Trunks. You all struggle to keep up with the battle due to being outnumbered 8-3. And as the battle was about to be decided in favor of Frieza's Force, Tien interrupts with a Tri-Beam. It's both Tien and Chaozu. They returned from their training and sensed a huge surge of power levels and rushed to our aid. Even though the odds have been slightly evened up 5-8, we still struggled to take down all 8. Tien calls that we should retreat and solar flares so that we can escape to the desert area. After the escape, a mysterious figure appears saying, "I've found you." And the last thing we see in this chapter is a very similar shoe. It's Ginyu in Goku's body, and Yajirobe. Trunks and the others doesn't seem to see through the disguise and thinks it's actually Goku. The reason Yajirobe is with Ginyu and Goku is because he promised him food. You easily take down Yajirobe, and during the battle with Ginyu and Goku, Pilaf interrupts. It appears the location we are at is in front of Pilaf's castle. You make quick work of Pilaf, and he apologizes for getting in your way and escapes. Because Ginyu is not used to the body of Goku, he loses the battle. That's when Vegeta appears, exposing to Trunks and everyone else that it is Ginyu inside of Goku's body. So Vegeta turns into Super Saiyan and defeats Ginyu Goku, but leaves him alive because he demands Ginyu to give Goku's body back. So Ginyu escapes. After the altercation, Pilaf returns, but with the help of Dr. Gero. It seems as though Dr. Gero has gotten some upgrades and has gotten stronger since the last time we met him. Android 19 is also here with extra upgrades too. Android 19 attacks Vegeta, and Trunks warns Vegeta about their energy absorbing abilities. Vegeta, not even phased, shows the power of the Super Saiyan and destroys 19 with a big bang attack. Dr. Gero says he will be back with the ultimate life form and escapes. Trunks seems confused about the fleeting words of Dr. Gero. Now Vegeta's new target is on us, since we are Goku's friends. We struggle to fight Vegeta, and Vegeta shows his disappointment in us, hoping that this dimensional distortion would show stronger opponents, but concludes that he is better off fighting Kakarot and Frieza, confirming 100% that Frieza is still alive, and then Vegeta leaves. Concerned about Dr. Gero's departing words of the ultimate android, you hurry to head back to Dr. Gero's lab. You encounter Spopovich and Yamu, who is out to absorb energy for Barbary, and so they try to absorb it from you, but you beat them and they retreat. You stumble upon Mercenary Tao and Master Shen once again, but unfortunately you have no time left, so Tien and Chaozu battles them while you continue to head to the lab as fast as you can. You find Dr. Gero, but you are too late. He has activated Android 13, 14, and 15 already, and thus you, Trunks, and Yamcha battles the androids. 13 and 14 goes down first, and now last left remaining is 13. 13 absorbs the energy reactors of 14 and 15 to transform into the ultimate android. Even with this power upgrade, with some miracle, you actually win the battle and destroy Android 13. However, Dr. Gero has escaped once again while you were battling 13. You search Dr. Gero's lab, you find nothing about details on weak points for Cell and the androids, but you do find something interesting noted on Android 17. His power level far surpasses Cell. I'm going to end it right there. I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you for making it to the end of today's video. I want to take the time to thank my tier 2 members for their Patreonage. And if you want to become a member yourself, link is in the description. You get awesome perks and of course you support the channel. If you really love the series, tier 2 members will actually get to watch the next episode 1 week earlier. But with that said, I'm going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you guys for watching.